All right. Well, speaking of games that have worn out their welcome, let's talk Assassin's Creed Shadows. And that game's not even out yet because that was also they had a big 2-hour presentation yesterday with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Did you get to see any of the gameplay there?
Love it. I love Assassin's Creed Shadows. I love that I have to sit through all of this footage and watch it, and I can't wait to play it. It's gonna be great.
Here's some footage that they put out here, man. This is they actually retweeted this guy from Voyager's Revenge. It says Assassin's Creed Shadows takes combat to a whole new level, mixing an acrobatic parkour gameplay and variety of fighting styles. Huge thanks to Ubisoft for inviting us to get our hands on it early. Once again, this to its core is Access Media right here.
Yes,
so
it is.
Just so you know, here we go. Let's check it out. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry, real quick. Did we hear the sweet beats in the background? Okay, sorry. I wasn't sure if that was in the game or if that was just an edit. So I'm going to bring that down regardless. Because if you recall, they did have some sweet ninja beats in the early gameplay of it. So
very Japanese.
What's that?
Very Japanese.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Very historically accurate.
Yeah, it's all the time. This is
I really like the fat kids in this game.
Well, we'll get to the fat. Yeah, we'll get to the fat kids in a minute for sure. So,
is that a bat?
Yeah, it's a pretty standard weapon, you know. But yeah, well, let's talk about that. There's your sliding and gliding. Wait, hold on. What the fuck just happened there? Hold on. I would love to see went from here to. Okay, that's got to be an edit.
Yeah,
it's gotta be. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, because that came out of nowhere. All right. Doing a little slide and running and jumping and up and down, and here we go. So there we go. That's your Assassin's Creed gameplay we saw yesterday.
I watched a good back and forth yesterday when we were live, and like I said yesterday, it was heavily focused on the girl that we are now looking at right now, and barely touched on Yusuke, whatever the hell his name is, barely. And they were doing that all, I'm pretty sure, for like PR, playing it safe.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was funny.
Well, I'll tell you what. One thing that they're big on when it comes to Assassin's Creed is representation.
Mm-hmm.
And this took place in a time where people were rationing food. This was food was not available to everybody like it is today. We're very lucky to live in a time frame where you can be fat from overeating, but that wasn't always the case. Yeah, I know. Like, look, we all know America. We love our food, right? We all have a few pounds we can lose. We get it. Apparently, that's the case. That's the case in Assassin's Creed Shadows too, as we've seen these little folks. As Assassin's Creed Shadow decided they want to represent fat people in an era where Japanese people were rationing food to survive the harsh winter. So these are some of the
Porky-kun and Porky-chan.
Yeah.
And the best part is this: I found this tweet when I was searching like Assassin's Creed Shadows on Twitter, and this was like one of the top things that I saw.
I bet Ubisoft is panicking because they can't get away from controversy. Whenever they show any new piece of content, they just continue to get roasted.
This was, when they rolled out the trailer for this and they showed the little Asian kid on the front, like the general thought was like, I'd play a game with this kid. Like, I would love to play a game with this kid. Assassin's Creed, just
Japanese Goonies, hell yeah.
Let's go. Speaking of goons, I saw this tweet from Games Radar. Games Radar, they're ideologically captured for sure. That didn't prevent them from highlighting Assassin's Creed Shadows sneaking and how it's next level. Tell me what's going on in this clip.
Well, that is very next level.
Why do you think they put it? Yeah, why do you think they put a 20-second clip up of her ass on screen?
I mean, you can barely even see it, like the details of her ass.
There we go.
I don't know how, the people in the mainstream media could feel good about themselves and like they're doing a good job when they are just clearly shilling for companies. Like we're talking about sneaking and crawling mechanics that have been in games for forever. Like this
Right.
is not revolutionary. This is not unique. This is not special. And yet they're still saying that it is.
Right. That's
I like that.
exactly the response here. Right? Apparently, Metal Gear Solid, Splinter Cell, and Thief never existed and have done this for more than 20 years, right? It's
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, yes, we literally did this in Ghost of Tsushima 5 years ago, right? So
What do you think the slogan's gonna be for this game?
for what, Assassin's Creed Shadows?
Yeah, like the PR. You know how like they all have like these type of models. We just did the one for Dragon Age.
No, it'll be Assassin's Creed Shadows. We're not racist, or Assassin's Creed Shadows.
We're sorry.
Please buy our game. Please.
It is an interesting question though. I really wonder what they're gonna say like as like the go-to phrase that everyone has to put.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's amazing.
Please stop.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Shadows. We're sorry. Well, they were very excited because they had, the 2-hour presentation, and look, admittedly, the game shot up in sales. 20-hour later update. Number 1 in the UK, Germany, France, Spain, Italy. Number 3 in the US and Canada. And the game is also the number 1 most pre-ordered on the PlayStation Store across all regions worldwide. So, hey, the marketing propaganda that they put out yesterday, it worked. People were interested and they went out and they wanted to pick it up.
But that's also because they canceled all the previous pre-orders, right? So everyone was like, shit, I need a pre-order again.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I mean, they did cancel all of them,
yeah.
so.
But if you recall about 10 minutes ago when we were discussing Veilguard, didn't they also go to the top of the charts? Weren't they the number
Yes.
1 game? And that turned out to be how many dollars lost? $6 billion, right?
Yeah.
So one day of success is great. Show us long term here, and we'll see how it goes. They really, Ubisoft is in a really
They're doing phenomenally well. What are you talking about?
Okay, just strictly hypothetical here, Vera. Ubisoft shits the bed. This game comes out, it doesn't do very well. What's the turnaround time? Let's say a month in April, right? We're looking at April. This game is underperformed. How quickly before Ubisoft is either sold or has some sort of drastic business decision made?
Probably the end of Q2.
So by the end of June?
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
the middle of the year, because it will unless they delay it again, it will have already been out for a few months. They'll be able to kind of test the waters of how it went and where they see sales going, because maybe they will see, a steady uptick. I think that it is going to initially sell because there are, let's be honest, a lot of normies out there who do not follow the culture war, who do not really look at social media and follow these company accounts. They don't know about what's going on, and Assassin's Creed is a very big name. So I do think that it is going to sell, but when you're dumping hundreds of millions of dollars into a game and you've delayed it several times, in my opinion, again, I don't know for sure, but you face a very tough time with actually getting people who are aware of the situation to buy your game, and I don't think they're going to.
That's interesting. And
Yeah, I think
I'll-
normies will buy it, but I think a lot of people who understand the culture war and what's going on will decide not to. Now, if that will make a difference compared to the normies, we won't know for a few months.
I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat here. Just as we were talking about this, I was thinking about this idea. Sometimes in business, there are what they're called shotgun agreements. And those shotgun agreements they're triggers for when something does or does not happen.
Yeah.
The idea that we have an agreement in place if X happens, or if Y happens, or doesn't happen. I'm just throwing out the possibility of maybe there's an agreement in place right now that if Ubisoft doesn't hit X number of sales with Assassin's Creed Shadows, then it triggers Y.
Yes.
Just throwing it out there. I'm strictly speculation, but it may be worth exploring. So just curious.
Yeah, I mean, there have been rumors circulating for, I'd say a good 6 months that Tencent and the Guillemot family wanted to, bring it private. And they back in, I believe it was 2021 or 2022, they were worth $12 billion. Now they're worth under $2 billion. That is insane for a market cap difference.
It is.
Yeah,
That is a shit ton of money.
They can't go much lower. They went to being the biggest company or one of the biggest companies in the industry to now they have serious competition because, yeah, I mean, $2 billion is still a lot, but then you're getting overshadowed by tons of companies like Nintendo's and Sony's and Microsoft's, and it's not good for them.
Well, I guess we'll find out more here in just a couple, I guess about 6 weeks or so when the game is released.
Yeah.
So they're already trying to change the perception of the game with a little bit of publicity from their Access Media friends, and we'll see how it goes.